Hey everyone, it's Big Moe. Today we'll be reviewing this beautiful Daytona on Oysterflex, and we're also answering all your frequently asked questions about this watch. Let's dive into it. So this is the Daytona 116515LN. LN standing for Lunette Noire, which means the bezel here is black ceramic. So this is a discontinued model. It was discontinued earlier April 2023. So in terms of material, so this watch is rose gold. The bezel is ceramic. The dial is Sundust rose dial. So matching basically the rose gold, which is beautiful. And it has a subdial of black. As you can tell, it has black markers. And the clasp obviously is rose gold. And let's get to the important part, which is the bracelet. The bracelet is rubber and has a titanium band inside and what Rolex calls Oysterflex. This is extremely comfortable bracelet. Also here we have on the ceramic bezel, these numbers are a tachymeter, which is used to measure speed. Some of the most asked questions are, how do we set the time? So basically the first step is to unscrew the crown. And basically the first one, we're here to charging the watch. And next step is we pull it one, and now we're able to set the time. So if you want to set the time to, let's say 3 o'clock, let's do that, 3 o'clock. Put it back in, you could crank it. This is what charges the watch. It is an automatic watch, and that's it. Another question is, how does the chronometer work? So basically a lot of people think that the second hand is the chronometer. If you look here, the lower dial, that's the second hand. So the chronometer hand is basically the one on top. So in order to start and stop that, so we need to unscrew the top one and unscrew the bottom one. Also, a lot of times when people get their watch, they're like, Mo, it's not working. How come it's not working? They right away unscrew it and they want to play with the chronometer. You have to charge the watch. So a lot of times that if the watch has not been charged, like here already charged it, you can tell because the second hand is moving that they will go and start it like, oh, it's not working. No, you have to charge the watch. Like we explained, unscrew here, pops out, you hear it, and then you're charging it. Then now that it's charged, give it a few winds, then here we go. Also another note, this does not have a date. So a lot of people also ask, if does this watch come with a date? It does not. It only tells the time and has a chronograph. So basically start the chronograph. So boom, press it once, it starts, as you can tell here, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and let's just stop it at 13. We can stop it right there. Now, if you want to continue going, you could press it again, it goes again. And then if you stop it and then reset, you press it again. A lot of people say, well, I like the second hands to be moving. So they start the chronograph and act like it's a second hand, or they time it with the second hand. I personally do not suggest that. You're working the watch when it doesn't need to be working. Second hand is meant to use the second hand, and the chronograph is meant to use the chronograph. You're not supposed to be measuring a chronograph 24 hours a day, so do not keep this running. That's just my suggestion. And then once again, we always screw it down. The screws is because the watch is waterproof. So this watch is waterproof up to 100 meters, which goes into our next question. Is the watch waterproof? Yes, it is. Now, when it comes to the rubber bracelet, a lot of people ask me, Mo, what are these letters? If you look down here, I have the letter F. If you look over here, I have the letter E. So what do these letters mean? When it comes with the Oysterflex, you have something called the 12 o'clock strap and then the 6 o'clock strap. So basically, when you go to Rolex, you're able to measure your wrist. You're able to get the right Oysterflex 12 and 6 that fits your hand, and you could just order them there. Every watch comes with different letters, depends which ones would fit you, and you just go and adjust it, and it's simple. They do it in the store. So those are the letters that are matching with the bracelet. Similar to a bra size, they have different sizes for your wrist. Next question is about the clasp. So does it have an adjustable clasp? When it comes to Oysterflex, you have half a link that you're able to open. You go open one and you could close it. Another thing is here, similar the other watches, you have 3 pins that you're able to move the watch, 1 in the middle, 1, 2. The 3, as always, I suggest you keep it in the middle one when sizing and adjust it from there and have it closed. So now here we have the watch on my wrist to see how it looks like. Look how beautiful that is. With the Oysterflex, it is, I cannot explain how comfortable this is. Let's do a wrist twist. One of the most beautiful watches in terms of color combination, comfort, material. Honestly, one of my favorites. So again, if you're looking for any watches, reach out to me. Go to bigmo.com, reach out to us on social media, or send us a WhatsApp message. It will be our pleasure to help you find your next timepiece.